with Logic TV. Thick with Logic Thursdays, boss man. You know what it is. Follow me, they're the boss man. You know, because I'm the boss of this thing. At Boss Man Show. Follow Eric at Aside85, whatever that freaking is. I don't know what that is yet. Even follow Vashti at the Hurt Lock Strip. Follow her. You know what that is. BSO type. And my man. 313 Family Ground Entertainment, my man, at my TrueSpeech. What's good, everybody? How you feeling?
What's happening, JR?
Doing good.
And you already know what my name means. You keep playing.
I know what it means, allegedly.
Allegedly? I've been saying it.
Well, I don't, so please inform me, just so I can be in on the...
It's just my name backwards. Like, it ain't that hard. It's just my name backwards.
Your name backwards?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It ain't. It's really not that hard.
Okay.
Jay want to be extra.
Okay. I guess speech. Now this is what we got going. My man Charlie dropping up with the biggie on it real quick. But what, man, look here, we're gonna get into it right this instant. I'm gonna let my man speak on this right here because today the city of Detroit filed for bankruptcy because they owe $18.5 billion to creditors, but the Timbs can pay Josh Smith $13.5 million a year, the Pistons can, and then the Lions can pay Matt Stafford mad money. So it's some money in Detroit. So please talk to me, player. What is going on in the D? Because I'm confused for real, man. Oh,
man, to be honest with you, dude, honestly though, it's been a long time coming. I mean, the city of Detroit, our services have been slashed like no other place that I've ever been. You know, I do a lot of traveling, with work and just, through my music and through leisure. I do a lot of traveling. I have never seen anything like what's been going on in the city of Detroit for the past 10 to 15 years, to be honest. It's been a build-up. I mean, we only get our bulk, like our city services, the normal average everyday services. We cut police, drastically cut fire, ambulance services. We've closed more schools than anywhere else in the country, man. The economy here locally has really been suffering, mainly because we've had so many people leave the city of Detroit, and the people that are here just aren't paying taxes. So the problem is Detroit has all this money going out with no revenue coming in. Now, from a simple accounting standpoint, I mean, what happens when you have too much bills, too many liabilities, and not enough income? You're losing money. So the city has been bleeding money for well over a decade, maybe 2 decades, and nobody's properly addressed the problem. And to be honest, I can't really say that the bankruptcy is a bad thing because let's be real here. $18.5 billion is a lot of damn money. I mean, to even be able to pay that off is unrealistic. I didn't know that the city owed that much money until today. I thought we maybe owed, $7, $8, $9 million. Something like that. Something that's not reasonable, but something that's calculable. $18.5 billion is an unrealistic amount of money to pay back. So we never would have got out of that. It's just impossible. We don't have any revenue coming in that can even make a dent in that amount of money. So honestly, bankruptcy is the only option.
Wow. I see. That's why you got to know something like that because I need some information because you're up in the D. You're my man up there. So I said, my man, I know what's going on because, hell, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, $18.5 billion, and all I was like, man, oh, baby, they broke. Oh, looking at it. I went into tango mode real quick. Like, when I saw that, man, like, dang. Like, wow.
That's a rough number to calculate, man. Just to really think about how much money that is for one city. Like, people don't really understand how big Detroit is until you get here. Detroit is one of the largest cities in the country, and over the past, I would say, 10 years, we used to be at a population of 1.2 million, like 1.3, 1.4 million, like towards the late to mid-90s, early 2000s. Right now, bro, we have less than 600,000 people. So we've lost almost half our population. Everybody here is not paying taxes. So the city doesn't have any money coming in. We get our money from manufacturing revenue. We're not a real big tourist city. You know what I'm saying? So what revenue do we really have coming in? The only way the city is going to stay afloat is slashing services. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, Detroit's not necessarily the safest place in the world. Dude, we don't have any police protection here. It's literally like you on your own in the city, you know, and I hate to say that, but I'm going to just, y'all know me, I'm going to cut it real, I'm going to cut it raw. Trash don't get picked up like it's supposed to. We got boat pickup once every 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Trash, of course, is once a week. If you miss that, you might not get it next week. You know, if you call an ambulance, it may or may not show up on time. Fire and rescue, it's hard dealing with some of the services, but they don't have any money to pay everybody. So the only way they can get it is just laying people off, cutting services, try to cut money.
Exactly, and you know what? I think that our man who we're gonna get to shortly, he will definitely be in line to get an advanced financial loan to pay y'all, to help y'all get out of debt, man. I'm pretty sure our man, Mr. Henson, would love to help you out with that because he loves to get borrowed money and take on debt, obviously. Erica give us the boss for Erica. Update me, Speech, and Vashti on the facilities that is G.A. Henson from this past 2 weeks.
I mean, honestly, he continued with the randomness more so, you know, any type of relationship continuation with Felicia. So with our last episode on the 4th of July, he was asking the most random question. It was stupid. I was going to give him a little bit of credit. It was stupid. Last time, he asked, why do studs, or how do studs get pregnant? Well, in the past 2 weeks, he's decided to ask, how or why do studs have big breasts? Again, that has nothing to do with nothing, but that's the thing that's boggling his mind. Or as my man Will Ferrell from Blades of Fury said, bottling his mind. And I still have no idea where the hell it even came from. They're still women. Like, it's the same response as the why do they get pregnant or how do they get pregnant. They're women. They just dress differently than the more feminine women. But whatever. So, besides that randomness, unless y'all want to, you know, talk about that for a moment, because I can get into his dating follies also, if you'd like.
I mean, I have a question, though. Is there any way you can put me in touch with this guy? Because, you know, like Bossman said, he might be able to help my city get out of this debt, because I think he likes to be loose with his money and ask stupid questions. Or not ask questions at all. And that's what we need. We need people to funnel money into the city and not ask so many questions. So, I mean, if he's willing to help, you know what I'm saying, sure, it's not hard to find. So, I mean, tell him to come through. What the heck? You know?
Well, I mean, if it was a few months ago, he may have been able to hold y'all down. Now, as far as the dating goes, he has slowed down on spending the money, even though he's not focusing fully on Felicia. Like, we got rid of Trina pretty much. He got tired of being played for $10,000. So we may be able to drop that moniker from a man. But
he got that for life. I'm not. No, I forgive. I don't forget. I'm not forgetting that.
You're right. Fair enough. But he's also kind of downplayed Felicia. It's like, okay, on the last episode or last couple episodes, we found out that he finally got some. It took him a minute because he missed the bus. Okay, so let me recap that. She texts him what every guy or everybody wants, that booty call text. So I guess
right, I remember that.
Okay, so I'm horny. What you doing? Where you at? He got the text. He was at work. He missed the bus. That's a recap for everybody listening. He got it, but he hasn't gotten it since. So he's getting kind of antsy, getting a little anxious. So he decided that he was gonna start up a Black People Meet account and meet other people and funnel his money.
Because we all know that's what black people mean, so, I mean, you know.
Exactly. He's taking his talent.
To the commercial.
Hey, instead of Detroit, he's taking his talents even further into the annals of the internet. So, hey, I'm just saying.
Somebody give him the zip code up here, man. Tell him to come spread some of that wealth. I'm like, yo. We need some of these
trying to spread it across the South. He's trying to spread it across the South to all the ladies.
Wow.
You know,
I mean, tell them there's some ladies up here. You know, we got some ladies up here. I'm telling you, they might be in City Hall, but hey.
It's too cold in the D for him. I'm sorry. It's too cold in the D.
He honestly wouldn't make it up here. I'm gonna be honest with you. That guy, he would not make it up here. These women up here would eat him alive. It'll be like a guppy in a Shark Tank. It'll actually be sad to watch. I'm gonna be honest with you. It'll be like hilarious. It's like when you have a kid and you just saw like a bug get eaten by a spider. Like that's kind of how it would be. Like he would get devoured, and it'll be hilarious to watch. It'll be disgusting, but at the same time, you couldn't look away. It's like you just want to see how that is going to be.
It'd be multiple spiders at each limb. I know. It'd be all bad.
Every chick here will have new nails, new hair, car note paid, fresh pair of heels on, downtown on a Friday.
Exactly. But he found a young lady on Facebook, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. He found somebody on Facebook, and again, reminding everybody, he's like 45 years old, so he's still asking 20-somethings for love advice and listening to 20-year-old or 20-somethings music. Like, he loves Future as well, so he's always on the lookout for love and affection. Oh, my God. But he found a young lady on Facebook, and he was asking how to approach her. And basically he was told a nice little method that kind of worked. I say kind of because it is GA, and you know he fails at everything. So he basically he got her number, or he figured out a way to give his number to her, and she in turn text him to kind of talk to her. They were supposed to go out, but I don't know, wires got crossed, and it didn't quite work out for him. So this is like the third strikeout as far as like women go, because he hadn't smashed Felicia again yet. They've gone out, but he's trying to like copycat her other suitors' methods of dating. Like, I think she was recently taken to some kind of, I don't know, midnight movie showing or something. So his thought was, yeah, I'm gonna take her to this newer movie's midnight showing. It's not what you want to do back-to-back weeks. But he don't want to listen. My thinking is at least wait a few weeks. Or, better yet, if you're going to do it right after, jazz it up a little bit. But, of course, he still won't listen because he's GA, a.k.a. Mr. 10,000, a.k.a. your neighborhood jackass. So,
a.k.a. bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. All the chicks popping, he just popping bands like that. Oh man, this guy is too much. This guy, they can make a movie about this guy, man.
I believe I got everything. Am I missing anything, Jay?
Yes, you did. You missed the key point. Speech, Vashti, Erica, think a lot of people. Listen, this man, they went on a date on Tuesday night, but guess what? She had her freak buddy and her son with him, and he showed up and was stuck. He rode the bus. He had dinner with he met her for dinner. All right, she had a freak buddy and her son there. That's the biggest fail ever.
Oh, that's the most awkward thing I've ever heard in life. Oh, Lord. Can someone repossess that man's nutsack, like, for real? Just take that off.
How old was the young lady? Was she in her 20s?
She's 42.
Oh, gosh.
See, like he's a walking bad take. He's a living, breathing bad take.
No, the young lady he went on a date with, was she in her 40s or was she younger?
Yeah, she was 42 years of age. She had her freak buddy and her son there.
Wow. Okay, I'm speechless.
Only this cat had that happen to him. Only this guy. I tell you.
And he can never leave these situations. Why? Because instead of spending all this money, all that 10 stacks on a woman who don't want him, he could have had a car. He could have drove away.
I'm just being honest with you. Like, I don't condone prostitution, you know what I'm saying? But I do condone a hustle. Like, I respect the hustle. This dude should have just bought some strippers. I mean, and I know people are probably listening like, what the hell is he talking about? I feel ashamed of this man. Like, I don't feel sorry for him. I am ashamed of him. So the only way he could really even save any type of face is if he just start buying strippers. Like, save yourself from yourself. Like, bro, if you're listening to this, save you from you. Just go buy strippers. I would never give this advice to anybody but you. Just do it.
But you know what? Yeah. He would have gotten further because he didn't even see Trina's cash prizes. He felt it, but he never saw it. So with your idea, he would have at least seen it. He may not have touched, but he would have at least seen it.
Oh, no, with the right stripper, you can do whatever you want. If he's $10,000, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I've never done this, but I know people who have done this. If you go to the right stripper with a couple $100, you can have an amazing evening. I'm just saying. I'm not advocating this, but I'm just being real. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of things, and this is something that I've seen a lot of. A couple $100 with the right stripper, everything is for sale. So, this gentleman could have saved himself a lot of time, a lot of heartache, a lot of misery, a lot of embarrassment, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not one to kick somebody when he's down, but I'm going to just be real. I'm never going to stop talking about this guy. I never will. So,
exactly,
he could have saved himself from me, from himself, if he'd have just bought a stripper. I have respect for him if he'd have did that, because he's degrading himself at this point. Well, a while ago. Now it's just, I don't even know if he realized what self-respect is as a man. I'm ashamed of this guy. I feel sorry.
I don't think he can spell respect. No. So he probably doesn't know what that means. No.
It's speech. According to Mr. G.A., Erica has, quote, a lot of milk on her, or in her, whatever he said. One of the worst things ever.
He said I have a lot of milk on me, but he also called, I believe I heard him call me chunky, too. So it's kind of like pick one.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
Like he slick on a smash because I got a lot of quote-unquote milk on me, but he also called me chunky. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to take that.
Now, where did he expect that group of words to really lead? Like, what destination was he trying to reach those group of words? Because I'm confused. I don't know. Somebody help a brother out. Because did he think it was going to be a good outcome? Like, did he think you were going to be okay with that? Like, is that what he believed? Did he honestly believe that? Like, I was going to ask you when I say ridiculous stuff like that. I was going to ask her, like, where do you think that was going to go? Like, I just want to know what your end game was. Because from over here on this side of the table, you look like an ass. Like, I want to know, do you think you were going to look like an ass when you said it? When you were thinking. Because I was. I mean, what was he trying to get with that?
would love to know the answer to that.
Give us the impersonation of what Alex will say to this. What would Alex say about this guy, Speech?
No, he's a simpleton, dog. This dude is a simpleton. He is a legit simpleton. Like, for real. And a Nimrod. A Nimrod and a simpleton. I'm taking it back old school. I got to dig in the crevices to come up with insults and definitions for this guy. He is a Nimrod. Like, I mean, I'm going to give you an example. Some chick told me a couple weeks ago, she was like, oh, okay, I see you muscular and stuff, and you kind of cute for a dark-skinned guy. I'm like, hold on, baby, let me stop you right there. Because I was with you until you said something stupid. And this is the real conversation I had with her. I'm like, so what does that mean? Like, I'm cute for a dark-skinned guy? And once again, I asked her, so what do you think my response should be to that statement? Like, what do you think I should say to you? She was like, well, you're supposed to say, yeah. I was like, well, I can't say what I told her on Blog Talk Radio. But just know there's a couple expletives in my explanation to this individual. So I go back to the question. Where did he think any of this was going to lead?
I mean, it sounded like a horrible email on thinkwithlogictv@gmail.com. Like, it sounded like a horrible fan email. Like, yeah, she chunky, but she got a lot of milk.
She got a lot of milk?
Yeah. It sounds like it was an email crafted by a Nimrod and a simpleton. Shout out to my man Alex. Exactly. Simpleton, dog.
Exactly.
Yeah, he ain't think either of those comments through.
Exactly. And folks, that's your boss right here on Think Logic TV. Hey, get it at us at ThinkLogicTV@gmail.com. Charlie, hit it for me. Now you know. And what we know right now is Speech. We have a first date receipt I like in my hands right now, Speech.
Okay.
I love it. And we have $18.49 at Fridays for a Jack Daniels rib half rack. We have a $13.04 Jack Daniels sampler. We have a house margarita. We have another margarita, Sprite, and a water. It comes to $46.28. Tip $51. You went over to the date cap by $1 for first dates, but I can respect it. You kept it reasonable, player. Good job. Somebody gets the Speech.
Somebody's been listening. I'll see y'all. JR, that's what I'm talking about. Bossport bringing me back to life right now. Fellas, you get it. I bet you they had a great time. Hopefully somebody was penetrated by the end of that evening.
Yes, indeed.
What?
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
You see how they do, Vashti?
Oh, my gosh.
But,
one of the
you know
best emails ever.
Right. It sounded like a great meal to me. Both of them ate good, had a drink or two. Hopefully it was some good conversation. And, you know, like JR discussed last week, if the vibe was there, hey, party A feels it, party B feels it. Come together for that great climax. I'm just saying.
Yes,
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. So, fellas, remember, 50 or less on the first date because you don't know us, you don't know you. It may go one, it may be done. So there you go, players and players. Get that done, ladies. Don't spend them on the 50 unless you paying and going Dutch. Okay, you get what you want to. Get you a to-go meal, get you a happy meal. I don't care what you get as long as you're paying. But if I'm paying, 50 or less. Believe that. First date, players, know it. First date cap, review it, learn it. Because we had one lady on the show who took us 2 shows to teach her the damn date cap and learn how to fucking just go with the flow of knowing the pie. You know, like understanding taking less to get you more. I'm just saying. It's not hard. So I'm just saying. People. And also oh God. Speech. Another bad take we have. Erica, that's another bad take. We gotta know our opposite sex sexual organs. Okay, fellas, if you dealing with a female and you know you got the hit and you see her start to bleed, son, you have her cycle down. You add 28, keep on pushing. You hear me? You don't count on the day she quit bleeding and say that cycle started. No. so you believe the cycle starts. So you know you can write it down in your calendar and count 28. You know when you get in a good zone. I mean, if you're even smart about it, go on Google, type in ovulation calculator. Then you get the hot days. You know when she's really hot. You might want to not go in there raw. You might want to take it step on your shield. Like I said last week, know your size players. You know, Durarex, Lifestyles, Trojans, Magnum, all that good stuff. So get that done, players. See, and ladies. If a man wears a condom, he gonna go longer than he would if he don't have one on, okay? You know, and also ladies learn what active penis is and a not active penis means, because this is what I got for you here, ladies. If you're giving a man lip service, that's not active, okay? You're making all the action with your hands, mouth, and whatever you decide to use to give lip service, okay? And if you're actually, intercoursing, humping, that's an active motion. So guess what? The thrusting is going to make the man actually, ejaculate. When you give him lip service, they're going to come as quick as well. Learn that. Learn also if a man does not jack off, or if a man does not, play with himself, or is getting sex often or regularly, he's not going to just be Long John Silver. Okay, so in review, fellas, if you start bleeding on today, which is the 18th, count 28 days, a.k.a. take Thursday. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, you ain't 28. There you go. And ladies, understand, so if you ain't getting none, you ain't going to be going for no long fun. And also, if he's wearing a shield, it's going to go longer. So, TrueSpeech, Vashti, Erica, did I say anything wrong here?
Nah, man, those sound like the basics to me. I mean, I ain't advocating teenage sex, but that's kind of stuff you learn in your mid to late teens. I'm just saying, I thought those were the basics. One grown individual is not aware of those simple rules. And the ovulation thing, they got an app for that, man. They better get on Google Play.
You men think you know so much about the female body. It's hilarious.
No, they do got an app for that, though. Like, I've seen the app. Like, fellas can download
there is an
app.
I actually have that app.
See? So why can't the dudes download the app, too?
All I'm saying is count from the day she started bleeding, go to 28. That's how I keep myself safe. If I know the day you start bleeding, I have your cycle. Unless you're irregular, okay? If you're irregular, okay, then I'm just playing with fire. But for a normal cycle, fellas, that's what you got. Go, when they start bleeding, go 28 after that. That's when you know it's coming again. That's all you got to do, player. And ladies, like I said, learn the man, okay? Understand that, we ain't getting it. Ain't going to be no Long John Silver. It's going to be quick, especially with no rubber on, okay? Well, rubber's going to go longer, I'm just saying. Because I don't want to read any more bad emails about ovulations and cycles and sex. I don't want to read any more emails about this, okay? This is terrible. You should know these things, okay? Why are you asking us? You should know these things. It's simple.
No, this is why there needs to be sex ed in schools, or parents need to grow up themselves and tell their kids about sex so they don't have to Google it and get apps or listen to our show to learn obvious stuff. This is why. I mean, thank you for listening to the show, but for real, there needs to be sex ed, like, in a legit way, because each sex needs to learn about their own bodies and about the opposite sex bodies and how it goes. Period.
But honestly, though, on a serious note, though, Erica, and I've been seeing this a lot. For some reason, they're trying to fade out sex education. Like, it's not the same when we were all in school. Granted, what they taught us was, of course, the basics of, what happens during adolescence and puberty and things like that, but they don't really go in depth in school about sex education and about the real realities of sexual behavior, and especially as you grow older and then you go into your later teen and adult years, they don't even talk about that. And a lot of schools now, they're phasing out that part of school, and to me that's ridiculous, because when you do that, then you got kids and young teens telling each other about sex, and to be honest with you really don't know much until you get older and you actually start experiencing it firsthand and you really want to educate yourself. Sometimes learning through life isn't always the best way. You kind of need some guidance. So it's actually a problem now, you know. They just don't teach it like they used to.
Abstinence-only sex education is whack because it leads to more pregnancies than actual sex ed.
Yeah, they try to hit everybody with that whole just wait until you're married, whatever.
So should that education come from the school system or should it come from the home?
It should come from wherever. It should come from wherever it can, but there are way too many parents that are on some, wait till you're older, wait till you're older. If your kids are asking now, they're ready. Just tell them in an age-appropriate way. Mm-hmm. And then when they get older, get a little bit rawer, no pun intended, with what you're saying. But as soon as your kids start asking, they're ready to know. That's why there's so many kids getting pregnant.
Well, I wasn't the type of child that would ask, regardless of whether I was curious or not, because I didn't want to feel as if I were doing something wrong or being bad or you know. So I think that there should be a balance. I think that there should be something in the schools, and then at home, your home should work. I don't know how to do it, and I don't know the age, and I'm not an educator, so that's up to the professionals to figure out. But I think that it should be a combination of both. But I know that me personally, I wouldn't be the type that would come and ask my mom a question about sex. I wouldn't be that type of child.
And with me, it was like my mom. I asked my mom because I'm like, okay, she's a girl like I am, so I'm going to ask her. And she gave me the wait till you're older speech. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. So I asked my dad, and he told me. He gave me that speech. And I was like, wow, okay, well, I'm going to wait. Thanks. Thanks for giving me all of it. All of the info that I need. And then I went back to my mom, and I'm like, why couldn't you tell me? But, hey, I mean, and the way you tell that kid.
I'm going to put it to you this way. My dad told us from RIP, you know what I'm saying? My dad believed in logic and knowledge, is where I got it from. My dad's the father of logic. That's why I call him. My granddad is the grandfather of logic because they gave me the logic. So my dad was like, I'm going to tell you what they tell you. So when I got started at the age of 12, he was proud of me, okay? And that's why he gave me the proper takes, you know, because he was my dad. He set me up. So that's why I know about women. That's why I can tell you about women. I can see through that garbage very quickly because, you know, my dad was an older man. So he had the knowledge of the game. So that's why I can sit up here and give you logic because my dad gave it to me. And I know how to see women, what they do before they do it. And I know what they do before they even going to do it. It's funny. It's speechless. I love how I can just beat a woman to her move, and I'm already there. When she gets it, she's like, how'd you know?
Right.
Logic. But I'd like to tell your kids, they should know, don't hide it from them. They're going to learn anyway. So why don't you tell them as a parent, quit being scared? Because guess what? They're asking, they ready to get it in. They're going to ask somebody else, and it's wrong information. So, like today, why are we getting emails about cycles and come times, okay? That shouldn't be an email we get from anybody that's under the age of 15 or 16, maybe 18. These are grown people emailing this stuff, okay? Grown people.
JR, though, Vashti brought up a very good point, though, and I definitely want to point this out. She, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to misquote you, but if I heard you correct, you said you were kind of afraid to go to your parents because you were doing something wrong. Now, this coincides with what we were talking about, should it start at school or in the home, and this also talks about what JR hit on. You know, you need somebody in the home to tell you what's really going on because education starts at home first. The school's job is to further the education that you should be getting at home. So I am from the school with JR's thoughts, you know, like my uncles and my older cousins and my grandfather, they hit me to the game early. Like, you know, 10, 11 years old, they was like, hey, like actually probably early now, they was like, yo, this is what life is. Let me kick it to you raw. and I'm going to tell you exactly what life is out here. So I learned from an early age. So I didn't really have to go to my mother because, once again, like you were saying, me and her never had that conversation because I didn't want her to feel like I was doing wrong or know what I was really out here doing. But because I had those older role models to go to hit me to the reality behind it, I learned early on. Now, these kids need somebody like that where they can go to, and not necessarily their parents, but, an uncle or grandfather, something like that. Or if you're real cool with your parents like that, you just ask them the real. And us as adults and as mentors and leaders of this next generation, we have to not lie to these kids. Don't tell them, like, oh, well, it'll be all right if this, that, and the third, or, just don't sugarcoat it. Tell them exactly what's going to happen. That way they won't be surprised when it happens. And JR pointed it out well. His pops hipped him to the game, so he knows how to work. My older cats taught me about life, and therefore there's not too many surprises out here for me. You wouldn't see me or JR sending an email like that because, like I said, that's stuff we learned when we were teenagers, early on. And the job of the school is to give you the science behind it. But the job of the education outside of school is to give you the life applications behind it. So it's a balance, but we also have to put it to a point where kids are comfortable enough to ask us these questions. Because if they don't, they're going to ask their dumbass friends, and they're going to learn a whole bunch of nonsense out here. Or you can't get pregnant if you do it in a pool. Some kids, I'm not lying. I swear, one of my little cousin's friends actually said that to me, and I wanted to punch this little girl in the nose because I could not believe she honestly believed how that was just so stupid. I'm like, what are you talking about? Who told you that? But stuff like that is what, how kids are. That's how they do. They hear rumors and then they just spread them. So
exactly. I mean, it goes back to being only taught abstinence as the only option when it comes to sex education, because there are kids that grow up feeling like, okay, if you ask your parents or an older individual in your family about sex, then that automatically means that you're about to do something, you're trying to do something, when you're just asking for future reference. So these kids, or anybody, I mean, even the people that are emailing us, they shouldn't feel bad about asking because that's how you learn things. So, like, I want my little cousins to come to me. If they can't come to my uncles and aunts, I want them to come to me so I can tell them what's really going on without making them look like they're crazy or that they're doing something wrong. Because abstinence, although it's great, it's a wonderful idea, it is not the only way, and it has clearly gotten a lot of people caught up.
It's a wonderful idea in theory. But in application, we all know it don't work.
Exactly. Like, even I got off of that because, okay, like when I was a kid, it was always, okay, I'm going to wait and lose my virginity to my husband, and it's going to be wonderful and all flowery and, all sweet and stuff. And then when I hit puberty, things got real, and I was like, okay, well, they're looking real cute right now, and I'm not trying to get married right now, so...
flowers and roses, but it's definitely going to be stones and sweating. So, it's a whole different ball game from what you're picturing in your mind.
Exactly. I mean, how you look at it at 10 is completely different on how you're looking at it when you're 16. So, right. Yeah, that's why I was saying, if your kids are asking
what ain't never hurt nobody. I'm sorry.
If your kids, just keep it age appropriate. If they're asking you at 10, explain it to them how you would explain anything to a 10-year-old. When they get to be 14, 15, 16, explain it to them like a teenager. Right. So that way they're getting it from a real source as opposed to, like you said, their dumbass friends that don't know anything either.
Right. Exactly. And like I said, I'm definitely just saddened by this. But, it's all good. At least someone is learning something. And while we're on this, before we get out of here, Virginia lawmaker advocates reinstating a law that makes getting the lip service and doing it the booty banging style illegal, a Class 6 felony in Virginia.
Oh, well, I'm not moving to Virginia.
Hey, it's already illegal in Tennessee, so...
Wait a minute. This is my whole thing. JR, you mean to tell me that actually getting topped off could be illegal in Virginia?
It's illegal.
Yes, and also jabbing in her unforbidden hole as well.
Who was going to stand there during the process and take me to jail? Like, I mean, that's what I want to know. Who's going to enforce this law? Like, is it going to be an officer in the room? Like, oh, wait, hold on. Young lady, your lips are going a little too far south. I need those about 10 inches up. No, like, what are you talking about? Like, that's stupid. How can you classify a sexual act as a felony or illegal? How is somebody going to prove? I'm confused. I'm so confused right now. I'm never confused.
Unlawful rubbish speech.
That's unlawful rubbish. There it is, exactly. That right there is unlawful rubbish. That's what that is. How you gonna tell me I can't go to Virginia and get no top? It's illegal. What are you talking about? Like, who's gonna stop me? Just being honest. Is it gonna be a cop in a room? I'm confused, man. I'm confused. Somebody help
like, how do you enforce that rule? If I'm in the home, how do you enforce this law if I'm at home?
Right. I'm at the crib. This is my house. I own this. You're not coming in here without a warrant. You damn sure not coming in my room without proper justification. So how am I going to go to jail for that?
The way you would go to jail for that is if somebody in your house, a roommate, a relative, whoever.
Somebody snitching?
Yeah, exactly. They snitch and they're a hater because they're not getting any.
Because they ain't getting no top. They're going to come hate on me getting top. That's all, man.
If they can't get any, neither can you. It's going to get real and you're going to go to jail for it.
Oh, that's so
right.
Rico for paid in full. Like, we're going to call them Ricos. Hating because I'm getting it. That's terrible.
Man, and look here, last one. Another one cool before you go. Just one more reason to quit eating fast food. It ain't good for you. Parents found weed and a pipe in their kids' meal.
Got to start them early.
Hey, happy meal time. It's time to turn up. They got that McNugget meal. They was like, turn down for what? Let's get it.
I mean, think about it. Okay, I don't smoke weed, but I heard you get the munchies, so it works out.
McDonald's about to start selling that McWeed now. I got that McCush. Well, sir, would you like a McFlurry? Let me get some.
We on that good McCush and alcohol.
Right.
We got your kids' meals with a ball. I don't know how to do it without y'all. I'm going to ball to the day where you fall. Because my McCush love McCush. Yeah. Yeah.
Be 675, sir.
These shenanigans is ridiculous. Shenanigans at McDonald's dog. Dog, really?
Shenanigans at McDonald's dog.
Man, I tell you, people, we had another good show, man. Great topics, great Detroit talk, boss report. We get to talk sex talk, give you the periods and nut times because you didn't know what those were, obviously. Then we sex education talk and a few stories for you, illegally getting top and getting the booty hole, and then also weed and pipes at kids' meals and McDonald's, man. So what a great show. We got to do it again. Hit us up on the YouTube link, ThinkLogic.TV at gmail.com, ThinkLogic.TV on Instagram, ThinkLogic on Twitter, all that stuff, at my TrueSpeech, at Osiris85, whatever that is. Shout out to Bossman and at Bossman Show. You know what time it is, players.